The Skyrim Civil War is one of the most highly debated aspects of the Elder Scrolls series. We Elder Scrolls fans just can't decide amongst ourselves who was right in the Civil War. But instead of arguing who's right, I'm going to argue who would win the Civil War. And I'll tell you right away, it's the Imperials without a doubt. And just so you know I'm not biased, I actually support the Stormcloaks. But without any more delay, let's look at why it's an Imperial victory. Probably the most important aspect of when it comes to waging war is money, and the Imperials have more of it. The Imperials control the Reach, which includes Markarth, and with it, they have tons of silver mines, which can fund the Imperial legions. The Imperials also have two major trading cities, Solitude, which is a major trading port in Tamriel, and is Skyrim's East Trading Company's headquarters. And it also has Whiterun, which is the central trading hub of Skyrim itself. The Stormcloaks have only one major trade hub, Windhelm, which when compared to Solitude is much less accessible. They also have the meadery at Riften, but selling mead compared to mining silver is nothing. However, the Stormcloaks do have a minor mining operation in Darkwater Crossing, and Donsauer itself is both a minor trade port and a mining operation. In the end though, I feel like more money is coming in from the Imperial side than the Stormcloaks. However, I am in no way an expert on Imperial government, and I have no idea how taxes and free business market work in the Empire, and I don't believe there's a tax code lore book on some bookshelf in Skyrim, so all I can do is really guess. The next big factor in winning wars is population. You can't win a war without people to fight it. And once again, the Imperials take this. They have three major holds, Whiterun, Solitude, and Markarth, while the Stormcloaks only have Riften and Windhelm. So right away, the Imperials have more people. But it gets worse for the Stormcloaks when you start looking at minor holds and towns. Winterhold itself isn't a real hold. It's the same size as a town and has no other towns in its entirety. The same goes for Morthal, if I'm saying that right, but at least the hold itself is of decent size. So let's count up the towns on each side. The Imperials have two minor towns in Whiterun and two in Markarth and one in Solitude. The Stormcloaks have three in Riften and one in Eastmarch, which brings us to Imperials having three major holds, two minor holds, and 5 towns. The Stormcloaks have 2 major holds, 2 minor holds, and 4 towns. So that puts the Imperials ahead with 1 major hold and 1 town. So clearly, the Imperials can muster a larger fighting force because they have more people to recruit from. Of course, none of this matters if there is no will to fight. However, this one is kind of irrelevant because it's a civil war, which means both sides want to fight because it's their homeland they're fighting for. I have to give this one to the Stormcloaks though, because they initiate the civil war, which I would say means they have more will to fight. So in conclusion, the Empire has the advantage in Skyrim, but it's also an empire, so even if Skyrim was completely united against the Empire, they would still have to face the might of both Cyrodiil and High Rock. So just think about that. The Empire has more people and money already in Skyrim, but then they have 2 other completely other provinces to provide money and soldiers. There's just no chance for the Stormcloaks. So I'm sorry, my fellow sons and daughters of Skyrim, we are just outmatched. And I know what some of you are thinking, we have home field advantage. Well, it's a civil war, so there is no true advantage. Both sides know the terrain very well. And of course the next thing you would say is, what about guerrilla warfare? Hiding in the wilderness and attacking randomly? Well, look at the Forsworn. Not working out for them, is it? The only way the Stormcloaks could win is striking during the Second Great War, just like the Forsworn did to regain Markarth. But this would put them in a dangerous position if the Elderary Dominion won the Second Great War. But that's a video for another time. Thank you for watching, and make sure you drop a comment about what you think.